Look guys, there is never one right thing to say. There is never one magic word or magic sentences to say. Why? Because people have different interests and different circumstances and locations call for different approaches. But in this episode of Kaiju Charisma, I'm going to teach you a technique that works for all people and in all circumstances. And even better, for most of us who are introverts, this is a great way to enter the world of the extroverts and still dominate. Furthermore, this method prevents you from saying things that screw things up. Wait for it, it's gold. What's up, Kaiju Pack? It's your boy Kaiju Kong, emerging from the depths of sweet solitude to bring you some more Sigma soul sustenance. Alright, if you do what I'm about to share with you, then approaching that girl or even guy you want to add as a business contact will be the most difficult part. And considering that the approach itself is not even that hard, it just requires some balls and a steady, firm hi, then this means that human interactions will generally be a breeze for you guys from here on out. And practice makes perfect, of course. So, what is the best subject for anyone to talk about? The weather? Nah, too cliche. What about politics and religion? No, definitely not in the beginning. Recent events? Yeah, it could work, but it's way too random. And what if they don't know what's been going on? I mean, honestly, some people have been living under a rock, guys. You'd be stuck in awkward silence, wishing you could rewind your life a few seconds back. And don't even get me started on, so, do you come here often? Guys, the most interesting subject, bar none, for every single person is, cue drum roll, themselves. Yep, that's it. The most interesting subject for 99.999% of the population to talk about is themselves. So, just like that, we reached first base. Now, unless you work in the CIA and have been profiling this person or just a creepy stalker, which you should stop, instead, use what I'm teaching you to actually have a conversation and find things out from them in person. So, as I was saying, unless you work in the CIA or you're a stalker, you'll definitely not know about the person more than she or he knows themselves. So, leave it to them to do the talking, because they are the experts in that field. And what do? Simple. Ask and listen. Now you know why introverts can get good at this. Now, just like that, we reach second base. So let's use it in a scenario. Imagine you make the approach in whatever style you want. You make the opening, right? Now ask them something about themselves. I'll let you be the judge of what question to ask. Please, nothing ridiculous and nothing overly cheesy. And it should not be a question that can be answered by a simple yes or no. This way, you'll have material to get to third base. Once they respond, and this is where the more open-ended your question, the better. All you have to do is parrot what they just said. What do I mean by parrot? Simply repeat the last few words they said and add a few more words if you find it necessary. So, for example, that necklace you're wearing. I've seen that symbol somewhere. What does it mean exactly?
Oh, this? It's an infinity sign. It means...
Sorry guys about the voice.
Oh, this? It's an infinity sign. It means eternity, forever, infinity, basically.
Infinity?
Yes. I believe that life goes on, the world goes on, and the spirit goes on.
The spirit goes on? To where?
Nowhere in particular. I believe we are reincarnated based on what we do in our present lives.
Huh. And what would you want to be reincarnated as in your next life?
A dog.
A dog?
Yeah. I get a home, food, and people to care for me, and all I have to do is make them happy in return. Hopefully, I'm not born a street dog.
That makes sense. But what would you do if you were born a street dog? You see, guys, this could go on and on. All you gotta do is parrot smartly. And just by asking good questions, you are already getting a feel for the type of person they are. And the more material you have to work with, the better able you are to steer the conversation to another topic, but still focusing on finding out more about them. Just don't make it apparent that you are parroting. Mix your sentences up and rearrange the order of the words. And if they ask you questions, answer as shortly as possible. and turn the spotlight right back on them in a polite way that shows you are genuinely curious to know more about them. Why does this work so well, especially with women? Guys, I'm sure you've already heard women complain that men don't really listen. Thing is, this usually goes with everyone. What we see is people are just waiting for the other person to finish before they say what they want to say. They are not really listening. This method makes you actually listen carefully to what she or he is saying because you are looking for material to put the ball right back in their court. If you are worried about her seeing you as a friend for listening too much, if you are not listening to her personal problems, talk about her previous relationships, or make yourself look like a shoulder to cry on, then you've got nothing to worry about, my friend. Try to keep things on a positive note while occasionally teasing her every now and then. Generally, what I noticed is that the more she talks, the more interested she is, and the easier this will all be, because all you need to say at this point is, wow, really? Tell me more. Easy. If a girl is making the conversation difficult and even parroting is a pain in the ass, forget it, guys. She ain't interested. If you guys don't want to waste your time, it's better you end things off politely right there and then. Girls like talking, so if she keeps yapping, then there's potential for the tapping, if you know what I mean. Now, in most circumstances, you have the freedom to end the conversation, whether you just met her in public or are on a date, or in the case of a business prospect, you met the guy at a business event. You are free to end the conversation at whatever point in time. So, what's the best way to end? Leave things at a high note. It's best to leave almost near the end of the climax of the conversation. Don't leave when the conversation has long died. Remember, you want to leave a good lasting impression, and the way you end things is often more important than the way you started. You want them to look forward to seeing you again. Imagine you are one of those Netflix series. Just when everything gets interesting, boom. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's the same thing here, guys. So politely find a way to end the conversation as soon as possible once you feel you are nearing the end of the climax, and use what you learned about them to plant the seed for a possible future meetup. For example, if you found out the girl is a singer at a bar and she's proud of her voice, tell her as you are about to leave, "Phew, time flew just talking with you, but I really gotta go. Look, here's my number. Let me know when you're playing at the bar next week. I'd love to hear your voice. And when you get off your shift, the first round is on me, alright?" And that's it. Smile, turn slowly while walking away. Boom. Just like that, you reach home base. That girl or business prospect will go out of that conversation feeling great about themselves, saying, "Damn, that guy was a great conversationalist." The funny thing is, they did most of the talking. But since the topic of conversation was something that most interested them, which was themselves, then they truly enjoyed the conversation and appreciate the feelings of importance and significance you gave them. Now here's the thing, guys. When the girl goes and talks to her girlfriends about the cool guy she met, and her friends ask her more about you, what do you think she'll realize at that point in time? She'll realize that she knows close to nothing about you. Despite spending 10 minutes or even 30 minutes or more with you, you are a mystery to her. What she does know is that you're a smooth conversationalist. She felt good in your presence, and all these make her want to meet you again. Same goes for a business contact. Business is based on trust, and the more a person has opened up, the more they feel connected to you. In most cases, they'll get back to you. If they don't, then they don't. Don't let it bother you. It's that simple, guys. Number 1, talk to them about themselves. Number 2, ask and listen. And number 3, if you don't know how to follow up, just repeat the last few words of their sentence and add words if necessary. And number 4, wrap it up by ending on a high note. So you maintain frame, you don't say anything stupid, and you make them feel good while still remaining a total mystery. Kaiju Charisma. Alright, don't forget to like if this helped you and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. This is the channel for the powerful Sigma males. We are leveling up every single day. Level up with us. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care, brothers. Kaiju Kong out.